Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So dear Dharma practitioners, when it comes to Buddha's teaching, if we collect all the teachings and put it to kind of like a blend and blend all the Tripitaka, culture, tradition, everything. And if we summarized and get the best out of all the teachings, what is that? So if we summarize it, there are 4 categories: view, practice, behavior, result. There are different other ways that we explain things, but today just remember, if you come to the summary of the Buddha's, all the Buddhism, view, practice, behavior, and result. So when it comes to view, always your view should be related to impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. That should be the view. But the very nature of us, the notion of the self, that thinking it is exists truly and interacting with the ideas and clinging to that everything around us, believing this is true. And not only that, so whatever related to 5 aggregates: feeling, form, feeling, sensation, formations, cognition. So all these 5 aggregates we take as real truth. And not only that, so whatever the things or the material related to 4 elements, which we call dhatu: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So anything come with this 4 element, that whatever appearance as things, as subject and object, we take it also as real. And we take it as real and we hold it to it. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, if you look very carefully, impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. So it eradicates, it erase that all that believing that come out of the self-centered mind related with the 5 aggregates and the subject and object arising from this all the 4 elements. So that should be the view: impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. There is no any other view can related to the Buddha's teaching. So if you look at the Buddhism overall, all over the world, so whatever the schools, or whatever the Hinayana, Mahayana, or Theravada, or Vajrayana, or whatever the schools, that every school follow this main principle, the main view: impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. There is no any teaching, there is no any scriptures or the sutras, no any single word that you can find that it's going to prove something permanent and something going to be satisfied, completely 100% good, positive, and something related to self. You will never find. So then when it comes to your view, you have to understand, you have to be in that point. If you walk in this path, conventionally you should know that, because in the beginning, the conventionally we have to understand before we go to eternal level. So conventionally, as ordinary person, with the capacity, that whatever the verbal capacity that you have, so you have to understand it with that impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. Always remember, there is nothing that exists beyond this. There is no any teachings in Buddha's teaching go against this. So then whatever that sometimes you may hear somewhere, oh, this is like this is like this, because now the Buddha is, it's universal. It's everybody use the Buddha. So then sometimes they come with their own ideas. So then you have to look, if something related to the Buddha's teaching, it should come under this viewpoint. Unsatisfactory nature, selflessness, and impermanent. So that is the view. If you got the summary. So any teachings, then that is the summary. Another thing is the practice. So when it comes to practice, that we go with the precepts and the culture, and there are different methods, and the meditation. So when it comes to practice, mainly, most of people look for calmness. And mainly when it comes to even come to meditation, it's a solid posture. So this kind of people like to practice for certain reasons. And there are personally gaining good health and having longevity and not living a life without any problems. But when it comes to practice, what should be the real practice? When it go to now you have to look, if your view is selflessness, impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, if you are very clear with that, you never look for calmness. You never look for comfort. And you never look for, it's kind of like a unmovable, that undisturbed, comfortable mind. If you really want that, it is more easy. You no need to practice this Buddha's teaching, this Samadhi Vipassana. It is better download the app. Nowadays, many apps. And you can just, you can calm, become calm using that apps. And to be happy, you no need to practice meditation. And even to focus, another thing is focus. People go crazy when they think about focus. It's nothing to do with focus. What you focus? Have you ever thought? And if you really want to focus and develop the focusing yourself, because it is very market, it has a very market value for this word, this kind of words. Being happy, comfortable, and focus, and undisturbed. So this all the tranquility meditation words and people market in different ways. If you want to focus, I think better than us. The snipers are more focused. They can more focus better than us. So if you look for the focus, it's better you become a Navy SEAL or sniper, because they practice in different ways to just to be focused. Another thing is to be solid, unmovable. See, like snipers, they don't move like us even. They train to unmove, stay in a place without moving, and no one it can even find. Sometimes it's kind of like ancient time ninjas. They can be invisible. And so like that, there are many other ways that, so then you have to see what you really try to gain out of practice. So remember the view, that is the main important part. That's the foundation. Impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. So then you have to do an experiment. You have to do a research yourself. So out of your meditation or out of your practice, out of your dharma, out of your generosity, what you really look for. Maybe a better place than this. Then what the point? The selflessness. So then if you look for a better place, then again go back and see the view that you have is not going to an unsatisfactory nature. So if you look for a heaven, if you look for another better place, oh, I'm suffering, I don't want this, I want to do a lot of meritorious activities to gain it and become better. So unsatisfactory nature, where are you going to end? No place. Then what should be the main, when it comes to summary, because this is a little bit deep, but it is okay. Just if you don't understand, just hear it. That's worth. No need to understand. Just forget about understanding. Just keep hearing. And so what you should look when you practice, and you have to practice not to have or not to gain any life or not to have any place anymore in this samsaric journey anywhere. This is it. This is done. So this is done policy. If you can do anything, I don't look for anything anymore. If you can give something, this is done. This is enough. I'm giving this, not to receive or to become better or receive better. No, I am done. This is it. And if you can practice anything without looking to becoming in any form or anything, that practice is going to become kind of like something. So try to understand yourself a little bit, because look, all the rituals, all the practice, all the culture, and people always trying to become and look for a better place and look for more higher place. Conventionally, of course, we use this word, but when it comes to vipassana level, look, if you look very carefully, just always look that whatever the practice, okay, so then you put it to one by one. Selflessness, unsatisfactory nature, impermanent. If you really understand that three things, how you can put your mind to become somebody in the future. See, that's how you get out of it, because when you become clear with the view, and other things going to go away. And then the third one, behavior. So when it comes to behavior, the rituals and practicing and precepts and many ways, and the monk's life, lay life, and some go half and half. There are very different methods. But remember this: it doesn't matter you practice meditation, and it doesn't matter whatever the rituals you practice. Remember, don't go to the extreme level that keep you as your behavior. You not go to the extreme level. So whatever, anything that as you, if you remember the Panchavasita, the how you master your mind, in that, even you attain to the absorptions, dhyana or jhana, even there you don't go to the extreme level. So then in practicing meditation, in whatever, keep your behavior. Do whatever you do, because you're not going to stop because it's a don't do this. No, you're going to keep doing. Do whatever you do, because somehow you're going to do it. You're not going to stop because your parents say, or because of this monk say, or because of you're not going to stop that. You're going to keep doing it. And maybe you came to the world to do that. So then how we can say don't do? No, do it. But remember, while you're doing, and have a limit. How about that? While you're doing it, keep a limit. Can you hold back yourself a little bit? That is giving kind of like ignite inside your deeper some qualities that sharpen your mind. It's kind of like a sharpening knife. When you sharp knife, you have to brush the knife, and the brushing the knife, and at the same time, it go kind of like against resistance, deeply, very rough, and even sometimes the fire comes. So same thing with that. You do anything, whatever you want to do, because somehow you're going to do it. But don't go to the extreme level. That is one of the good lessons that the Buddha gave to us. And he went through all the ascetic practice 6 years, because that was the best that time. And he went to the extreme level of that. But still, he understood. And even he had a very luxurious life. He had everything. And that both, and he mentioned in that through his life, the both way you're not going to find anything. So this extreme level of going to the extreme level of this is a kind of like a mental behavior that people have. See that even the sports, the very purpose of the sports, it's kind of like developing self-esteem. But today, when it comes to extreme level of sports, it's going to become your end. It's like you cutting your hand to buy a wristwatch. So it's like that. So don't go anything. Don't go anything for the extreme level. And try to put a limit to yourself. That will help you to go to the past. Why you have to know everything impermanent. It doesn't matter good or bad. Don't go to the extreme level. It is not permanent. and unsatisfactory nature. And whatever good or bad, it's everything. And it's in a circle. Everything in a circle. That's one thing called sansara. We call sansara chakra. Chakra means the circle. So in this very moment, whatever you are in a circle. That's what your family life, your children, whatever the position that you have, whatever the enjoyment, all the the six perceptions that we gain, this everything in a circle. You cannot take anything out and tell this is separate. No. So whatever your life, whatever you enjoy, you mention happy, whatever that you mention as conventional life, look, it is a part of something. You cannot separately and recognize something. Oh, the money, you cannot separately get the money. And the power, you cannot separately get the power. Sensual pleasure, you cannot separately, only you cannot have sensual pleasure. You have, it is a circle of something. So like that, that's why if you go to the extreme level of that, what will happen? And knowingly or unknowingly, like or not, there are some result going to come. And when that result come, and you have no power to handle that. So that's why. So then to keep the behavior, go for a limit. Keep a limit yourself. So that is become kind of like you become matured with the conventional life. So how? And go to the first view, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness, and impermanent. And the result, fourth one, out of this all what you gain. So in Buddhism, there is nothing to gain. Remember that, be very clear with that. There is nothing to gain. That's why even in meditation, gaining happiness, illusion, gaining kind of like a comfort or the good health, it's not going to happen. Unsatisfactory nature, selflessness, and impermanent. So it's meditation, it's not for anything like that. You're not going to gain anything. And only thing that you're releasing everything. You release everything and you become completely empty. And when you become completely empty, what will happen? In conventionally, that what you thinking about, this will happen, that anything not going to happen. The only the clarity arises in that clarity again and again, wisdom again and again, release everything. And completely you to release to the bottom. And what you releasing? All your thoughts, defilement, mental formations. Why? Because it's like this whole experience, it's like mud. Our thoughts are kind of like mud. This it come as emotion sometimes. So like you charge your phone, you need the current, you need the power, and you charge the computer. You put the gasoline to your car. So if you don't put the gasoline or if you charge your phone, you cannot use it. So like that, knowingly, unknowingly, you keep charging your thoughts or your emotions. You don't see it. In one moment of your thoughts, if you look very carefully, one thought unknowingly happening, even in a second like this, maybe more than kind of like 30 thoughts come. Like as example, in this like this moment, if somebody able to take a picture of your thought, see that you have no idea, but it's kind of like a short film, different thoughts, many things. And if you put it to slow motion mode, And even it going to become kind of like a 3-4 hour movie. 1 second of, if you able to take a picture of your mind, because that much thought happening here. So then what is happening in day-to-day life, if you keep charging that emotions, all everything go down, and then it going to be underneath your mind. And when something happen, what suddenly it everything come up. So it's kind of like a mud under the water in a lake. So sometimes suddenly if the cows or the bulls or the crocodiles, run or start to behave independently, then suddenly the mud come. Same thing happened to us. So we keep charging every day with our actions. We keep charging our emotions. How you charge your emotions? Repeating your thoughts. That's how you charge. And when you keep charge, it become more powerful, stronger, and you can use it. You can use it. So you repeat your thought, and then it become more stronger, powerful. But when it come to result, mean you take out, you release. Why? Impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. You release. So, and especially through dana, giving, practicing generosity. And the practicing generosity is a kind of like not even that the material things, physically, mentally, psychologically, you give up, you give, and you think about others, you offer your satisfaction. So that is something different. And when you are able to become clear, what will happen? And that clarity, that mind, and able to become vivid, brighter, shine, clear. With that clear mind, that you're not going to feed to the emotions, that you will able to understand again and again with your all the experience, you will understand. With all your 5 aggregates, you will understand. Even with the hindrance, you will understand. So whatever perception, you will understand. Impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. Even within your own mind, if you reflect your own mind, in that mind also you see impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. That is the summary. And if you are able to understand that summary, that is going to be your end. That means your liberation, your nibbana. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. So during this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.